Could you tell us about November 7th, 1980?
I remember everything.
In season 3, these 3 timelines are being used largely as narrative devices to acclimate the viewer and show them how it's going to play out.
The story starts in 1980, then we move on to 1990, and eventually we're in 2015. Just really exciting to be at the tip of the iceberg in the writing world and in the artists behind what goes into something like this, from Emma Potter in wardrobe to Ryan Smith, the production designer.
There's so many locations here that are time capsules that have been just preserved and haven't been shot. It's a great base to build upon. Having a lot of work in the 1980s, you're not dealing with 1980s yet because that hasn't happened, so you're dealing with 1975. Just making sure that my instincts on color fit what was existing and realistic at the time. We've played it as when the boy died, a lot of the town dies with it.
Something, isn't it? How quick this town died. Didn't die, got murdered.
Another great gift of playing over eras is that you get to transform through hair and makeup and costume.
In terms of wardrobe, working with Emma Potter, she's really a genius and really subtly the glue to the world.
What did you do? What did you do?
The characters were written with such intensity and very specific to this place and this time, but also kind of these universal human qualities. From that, it became apparent to me that I would really need to ground the design in a sense of realism, and I would build these large boards that just have all these photographs, almost like a collage for each of the characters that shows their passage through time.
Those 2 things, I think, really created the reality and allow you to be at ease and take the costumes and the set for granted. If you're noticing the costume and the set, it's a distraction and therefore too much of a character.
Looking good, Purple. Who's that old man with you?
I've seen so many movies where the old age makeup looked like a man in rubber, not wanting to have that divorce from reality that creates. This genius makeup artist named Mike Marino is doing absolutely state-of-the-art work.
Thinking that detectives, are a little bit harder of a life, I didn't want to be too tame with how they aged. I may have taken a little bit more of a license as far as making their eye bags a little heavier or making them a little bit more worried looking, because I think that type of character shows in the makeup.
Being in the aging makeup, if you listen, it will guide your performance. It was a great tool for me, but just the process itself, it was challenging. I think by it being such a long journey, me and Mahershala really went to a depth, I think, as actors together that I've never really experienced.
I just think there's a tremendous challenge for the actors to move between those worlds. It elevated everything we were doing to something that was much more powerful than what was on the page.